The FAA says the National Transportation Safety Board will lead the investigation into just what happened. Here with us now is former NTSB board member John Goglia. John, good morning. Thank you so much for joining. The sun is just coming up in Philadelphia. I want to ask, this is the first look investigators are getting while the sun is up in the daytime. What are investigators looking for now at this stage?
The first order of business will be to document all the pieces in the location. So they're going to go over the whole field. They're going to go right back to the airport because it was only in the air 30 seconds. So they'll start on the airport and start looking for any pieces that may have fallen off the airplane before the impact. Pieces that come off the airplane before an impact sometimes can tell a very, very large story.
Sure.
But let's assume for a second they don't find any pieces. They're going to look at the fuel that was put onto this airplane from the actual fuel truck. They'll actually take a sample from the fuel truck. And because it crashed so early after takeoff, that's one of the very first things that you would look at is, was the fuel contaminated?
To your point, the flight took off less than 3 miles away. You have 40-plus years of experience here, John. What was your reaction when you first saw the video and the first question you asked yourself?
What was the fuel, the state of the fuel? Airplanes don't just fall out of the sky on takeoff. They don't lose engine power. He's only 1,600 feet. So the very first thing I thought of was fuel contamination. But now I'm seeing some of the indications that he came down at a 45-degree angle. He may still have had his engines at takeoff power to get to 11,000 feet per second, per minute, descent rate. So he may have still had his engines at takeoff power. If that's the case, then that allows you to look at different things like the flight controls. Did he have a problem with his flight controls? Unfortunately for the NTSB, this airplane is too old to originally have a flight data recorder installed. So we'll have to look back at the history. It may or may not have one, but when it was originally built, it was unlikely that there was a flight data recorder on the airplane. There is not a voice recorder required on this airplane.
That is such an important point. We're learning more about the plane. It was a Learjet 55. It was made back in 1981. What kind of safety record does an aircraft like this have, John, typically?
Well, they made a heck of a lot of these airplanes, and basically they're a pretty reliable platform, but they have had accidents, many of which were caused by pilots, because this is a very high-performance airplane, and if you don't fly it actively, you could get in trouble real quick. But on takeoff, I wouldn't suspect that to be an issue because everybody's attention in the cockpit is pretty focused on takeoff. So it's going to be a challenge for the NTSB.
You made a very...
If in fact,
I'm sorry, go on.
If in fact there's no recorder on the airplane, they're going to have to work very hard to figure out what happened here.
That is such an important point, that there was no recorder. So what challenges will that present in getting a final answer? How does the investigation continue?
Well, first off, we have a set of procedures that have been developed over the years. And if you follow them meticulously, and they're very helpful in coming to a conclusion. So they're going to map every piece of debris. They're going to look at every piece of debris that they pick up. And many of it will go back to the laboratory for analysis. You know, you can trust, if there's a fire on board the airplane, and somebody said that, and I don't know if I agree with that so quickly, but anyway, you can follow a path of a fire in aluminum. People don't realize that in the materials in the airplane. So there's a lot of clues that can be ascertained from the debris. And that's why it's so important that it's not disturbed.
Sure. I want to ask you about the scene, the crash scene. Eyewitnesses describe a debris field from the crash spanning the size of a football field. We saw our Caitlin Becker there. We're taking a live look at the scene. Now, it is blocks long. Can you talk to me about the challenges investigators will face, especially with this crash happening in such a densely packed neighborhood?
Yes, it is going to be a challenge. I heard that there were cars destroyed. Well, When motor vehicles get burnt, some of the pieces of cars look a lot like airplane pieces. So separating the one from the other, it's going to take time. This accident, it was probably going to take over a year before we see any kind of indication of what happened. But
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.